Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Shino, and we are back in All the Mods 9 to the Sky. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Look at what I'm about to do. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But you know what I did wrong? You know what I did wrong? I used up the last one, didn't I? Let's see. Smithing template. Smithing template. That is... All right, so that's all the modium. So we need, let's do this. Let's get a couple more stacks of these all done up here. So from get 2 of those. Cool. And then I've got 6 of those. So now I can do 2 more of those. Cool. Cool, cool, and cool. Sweet. Quick recap. Last episode, we had a 5-mile island incident over here. Completely irradiated. Chernobyl, the whole area we did. But that's okay. I think we're getting all under control now. Things are running pretty smoothly over here. I can still ramp this up. I mentioned I'm going to keep watching the fissile fuel production here, and this is staying like really good. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go here to our, we're at a burn rate of 100 and or 100. We're going to go up to 110. Just give it a little bit of a bump. And again, we're just going to keep watching this and seeing, you know, if we start dipping down here, if this starts going down or this starts, see, that's down to 9890 now. It was at 9900. So we are seeing a little bit of a change there. So we're probably close to where we can be at right now for our infrastructure as far as things that are being manufactured here and getting over to this point. So we're going to keep an eye on that, see if it goes down any farther. Since I'm already having to wear the hazmat suit, I got my armor off, I thought, well, let's go ahead and increase this. And at the same time, see, do we have anything else that we want to, we got an empty socket on the helmet that we could do. And we've got an empty one on the boots as well. So I'm going to look and see if there's a gem that I want to do. All right, over here on the factory floor, I did go a little crazy with more crushers. You could say I went a little more crazy with them. I can't remember. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 48. Yeah, 48 of them. And they're still not able to keep up. You can see like there's some entities that are kind of starting to stack up back there. So may have to change that out some. Did drop this down to just having 2 all-the-modium furnaces here. Because my thought was if we're producing more items than what this can do, then I could always increase the furnace, right? So that's what I did. Second thing I did is I've decreased the amount of droppers that are up here. And I did do some filtering so that like only iron can come into this one. Only gold can come into that one, and only copper can come into that one. Everything else is, you know, it'll do as is. So I got that set up with the filter here at this end using the destination filter. Now, that should help us to get down through the backlog, but it looks like, yeah, see, it looks like stuff's still kind of backing up there. So I may need to pull out a couple of those just to slow it down just a little bit. See if that helps. And same thing over here. That's what I've been doing. It's kind of a balancing act to see what all, you know, what's needed to to kind of work with this, and do I need to add in more or no, we'll find the right mix. So what are we going to be working on today? As I had mentioned, we're going to go ahead and get the SPS completed and get that built and start getting into making some antimatter. If we go and check out the handbook for Mechanism Advanced, we are starting here with the supercritical phase shifter is the thing that we're looking for. So what does this thing do? Well, it's going to take the polonium and it's going to turn that into antimatter. So that's why we need all the polonium for. To build the SPS, you'll need to make a total of 72 SPS casings, 60 of the build, 12 to make the ports, and 3 SPS ports, and 122 reactor glass. So let's go ahead and get that going, the reactor glass started, and we'll make the formula or make the recipe for the SPS casings after that. So looking at what my miscalculation on math, I've already got what I need as far as the reactor glass goes. We got 257 there. So that's not going to be a problem. So let's go ahead and get the recipe made for the, what's it called? SPS casing. So we'll need the SPS port. We'll need a recipe for that. And for the SPS casing. Cool. So it said what, 72? Double check that. I think it was 72 it said. You have 72 SPS casings. Cool. And we're going to need 3 of the SPS ports. Pull those down, pull that down. And reactor casing, it said we're going to need 122. So let's grab 2 stacks of that, and that should get us started. And if you take a look at that. See, we've gone dry on that. So we are going to cut this back. Okay, we're going to keep an eye on this for a while and see if this works out. It may have been too big of a jump. We'll just let it go here for now. Let's see. I shut it off for a while. Let everything kind of renormalize. Got everything back up here to, the 10,000 mil buckets and 9,900 milli buckets. But we did add another chemical oxidizer here, processing sulfur to increase the amount of sulfur dioxide that we're getting, because that seems to be what's slowing everything down now. Not enough sulfuric acid getting into this system through here to be able to keep this going. So that's probably we're going to have to work at. May end up having to do a couple more of these until we can get a good balance. But for now, I'm going to let this thing go. Okay, let's get started on the SPS. Now, I did, while I was waiting for things to kind of normalize, I did go ahead and go back into Mechanism to knock off some of these quest items that I didn't have, so I can get all the way down here to the Advanced Mechanism line here. And I noticed that it said I didn't do the suit, but I know I did. This should be far enough. Let's pop it off. See if we get credit for it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not giving me credit for it. Oh, probably because we got to do that. There we go. There. All right, so it took a few minutes here and basically just had to put everything back into my inventory. I think I ended up making maybe, I think it was like another chemical oxidizer, or maybe it was a chemical infuser. I can't remember. I had to make one more of these to get to that point. Have not done any of this stuff here yet, and we'll get to it. We'll get to that stuff. Yeah. Cool. So we're through here, and now we are ready to start building the SPS. Cool. We are. All right. This is going to take me just a minute to kind of remember. Clear my inventory back out here. I don't need that. I'll need those. I'll need those. Don't need that. That, or that. Cool. And of course, this is something that cannot be centered because chunks are 16 by 16, and this is a 7 by 7. That is not going to work. But we're going to come over here, probably like right in here. Do like that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So 1, 2, 3. Now we duplicate the same thing on all 3 sides. I did change this up because I put the original port right there. I don't want that port there yet. I want the ports on the side, like right here. Okay, you got to do this on every side. I'll be back. All right, we're going to put 2 coils right across like that. And is that working? I don't think this thing has an interface, does it? I couldn't figure out what I was missing, and there it is right there. There we go. That's what I've been waiting for. All right, so I wanted to move the coils to top and bottom. I'm going to see if that's going to work. I'm not sure if it's going to or not, but we're going to see. All right, since we're going to be connecting into and getting polonium right from here, I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. We're not going to connect this just yet. I want to go ahead and set this configuration here. And that's going to be a push. Push. There we go. All right, now we can hook this up. And we are now getting polonium into there. Okay. Now we got to get power hooked up to this thing. And if I recall, I think we just have to have power on one side. We're going to check that. And we have a gate that moves 1 million. And I moved the output over to this side over here. Cool. While that's working, we are going to go ahead and start working on the ultimate solar panels. Let's hop over to the workshop. Okay, things are progressing here. I went ahead and kicked this up just a little bit more. It is, yeah, I think I took this, what, 60 millibuckets per tick is what I got it at. We're going to increase this. I definitely need to, because I need to get that up to going about 100, I think, is what I'd like to have it at. But for right now, I think we're able to keep up. We'll see how this goes. Still, sulfuric acid seems to be the low point, so we'll keep checking on that. Power-wise, of course, I cannot sustain running this at 1 million FE per tick currently on system 3, which is this one right here. And that's, you know, just because we're making, if I recall, I think these make 3.5 thousand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, we're not making anywhere close to 1 million FE per tick currently on that. Now, what we can do is I have all of this power is going into the Flex network, right? We're bypassing limits. So all the power that's been generated here is this one generating power? Yeah, but it's not dumping power. That's interesting. Yeah, that should be dumping quite a bit. Right? Am I thinking about this wrong? So you have like no power in this one. It pops up and it goes out. See, pops up, goes out. It's like a constant state of power coming out of this one. That one's interesting. Go check our control center. Oops. Yeah, this is not draining power out either, is it? Flux network is full. Okay, I did put a third ender cell down here, and I do have that now hooked up to our flux network. So in addition to the power that is being generated over at the plant for running everything over there on network 3, network 3, it's also pulling it right off of the flux network here as well. So it should keep us at a higher rate. So I should be able to press it a little bit more, but I don't think we can go quite to 1 million yet. But I don't want to take it directly off of the Flux network. So yeah, we're going to end up working on a few more things. Speaking of still working on the solar panels, I've got all the recipes set up in here so we can go through and build up all of the solar networks at once. However, an ultimate solar panel, because of all the components that go into it, as far as having to make the nuggets and the glass and the panes and all of that, it makes this one to make one of these takes 16 meg of space, and I just don't have a CPU that can support that. Now I could increase that, I'm sure, but you see the amount of time it's going to take to create all of this all at once. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of stepping it up one, and I'm creating 8 of these. And then, then using those in the next craft to get to the next 8, but it's still a lot that's having to be done here. I'm going to go ahead and kick off a couple more of these, just trying to build up on it. But if we take a look, we are at 30 millibuckets of antimatter. So we got to get 1,000 before we can get our first piece of antimatter. So we've got a long way to go here. But I'm in the process now of doing a lot more AFK sessions as I'm kind of prepping for the next video. So I think between now and the next video, I should be able to get my first piece of antimatter. Let that thing build up until it gets it. And I think once I feel a little more confident with the power situation, I may increase it again. In the meantime, I think I am going to go ahead and take the steam that's coming out of here, and we're going to use that steam for making some power. So between episodes, I'm going to set up a turbine over here for generating additional power from this one. Next step, though, really what we need to do, and I didn't think about doing this before, but we are going to make the fusion reactor. This says once activated, the reactor can push out up to 200 million RF per tick. With the right setup, it can also be cooled with water, produce steam, which can go into an industrial turbine to make even more power. So yeah, I think we're going to go down this road. However, doing all of this to get to that point, I don't know. I haven't planned on that. So thinking though I might be able to use this space here for creating all the little subcomponents that go into the fusion reactor. I don't know. We'll see. All right, folks. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino. Next episode, we're going to start working on some laser drills so that we can finish out getting started chapter 2. And once we're done with that, it'll be time for us to start making the star. All right. Thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.